This morning, the August Egg Company is recalling nearly 2 million eggs sold in stores like Safeway and Walmart due to an outbreak of salmonella.
The eggs were distributed between February 3rd and May 15th this year, with sell-by dates from March 4th, 2025 to June 4, 2025.
Well, federal health officials say salmonella linked to a large egg recall has made dozens of people sick in 7 states, including Indiana and Illinois.
The egg aisle looks harmless. Silent cartons stacked in neat rows under cold lights. But what if I told you one chain was recorded holding eggs at 52 degrees, where salmonella flourishes? What if mold on shelves was more than a cosmetic problem, but a sign the cold chain had already failed? Today, we're breaking open Walmart's weakest link, exposing why a carton that looks safe might be carrying battlefield-level risk straight to your kitchen table. Question is, are you prepared to spot them before you take them home? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Carton can look intact. Clean lid, straight rows, shiny logo. But danger doesn't always announce itself.
Is recalling 1.7 million brown organic and brown cage-free eggs distributed across 9 different states.
Well, federal health officials say salmonella linked to a large egg recall has made dozens of people sick in 7 states, including Indiana and Illinois.
The eggs are linked to a salmonella outbreak that sickened 79 people. 21 of them have been hospitalized, but thankfully no deaths have been reported there.
Sometimes the threat is hidden, triggered by warmth that rises just a few degrees beyond safe range. At that point, the problem is no longer visible. It's already inside. Walmart moves more eggs than almost anyone. Millions of units cycle through its warehouses and stores each week. Volume this high creates pressure. Restocking crews handle waves of pallets under staffing levels set for speed, not precision. What that means for you is clear. Thousands of cartons pass through checkpoints where no one is inspecting shell quality, condensation, or temperature with disciplined care. Reports from the field paint a sharp picture.
The eggs were distributed between February 3rd and May 15th this year, with sell-by dates from March 4th, 2025 to June 4, 2025. Last month, they've come down 22%. And the good news here is 1.7 million, almost 2 million eggs is relatively small compared to the total eggs we produce. They were also distributed with sell-by dates from March 4 to June 19 to Walmart stores in Arizona, California.
Cracked shells left in cartons. Dirt marks ringing the edges. In some cases, visible mold forming in spots where moisture had settled. And then the detail that changes everything, eggs sitting on display at 52 degrees. USDA rules mark 40 degrees as the ceiling to keep growth at bay. 12 degrees over might sound small, but in this battle it is a break in the line. Think of the cold chain as a military supply route. Every link is a guarded convoy moving supplies to the front. If one convoy takes damage, the campaign falters. At Walmart, that convoy is refrigeration. One slip, an idle cart left on a floor, a display cooler running too warm, and the front line of safety collapses. The battle isn't fought in trenches. It's fought in compressors, thermostats, and store aisles. Shoppers sent in to record conditions confirmed what insiders feared. Some cartons gave off warmth when handled. Cold displays should feel steady, but mystery checks found them lukewarm to the touch.
Remember, salmonella can be a severe illness for children under 5 and seniors 65 and over.
What does this mean for prices?
So prices have come down a lot, George, recently. The cost right now of a dozen eggs is about $2.63, and over the math.
This morning, the August Egg Company is recalling nearly 2 million eggs sold in stores like Safeway and Walmart due to an outbreak of salmonella.
Even worse, signs of broken temperature discipline appeared inside the cartons themselves. Beads of condensation clinging to shells, the type that should never show if cooling had been constant. These are signals of breach. One supplier voice adds another angle. Under time pressure, with pallets moving and managers pushing pace, workers described wiping cracked eggs clean and sliding them back into cartons. Not to discard, but to keep moving. This isn't malicious. It's routine complacency born from speed. In military terms, it's like ignoring a critical sensor warning because the unit is stretched thin. But overlooking decay at this point sets up larger failure later. Why does this matter? Because temperature shift doesn't just soften shells. It lets salmonella multiply at an accelerated pace. At the wrong temperature, exponential growth begins. And here's the most dangerous part. It gives no signal, no smell, no tint on the shell. Contamination is invisible. In a matter of hours, what looked normal becomes loaded with risk. By the time you carry it out the door, the damage is locked in. So the threat isn't cracked shells alone. It isn't mold colonies visible on the edge. It's systemic breakdown, a failure of cold chain discipline across mass retail operations. When the standard slips, it doesn't just affect one display or one store.
The CDC reports at least 79 people from New Jersey to California have become sick from the eggs.
Symptoms there include fever, stomach cramps, diarrhea. Usually they start between 6 hours and 6 days after exposure without treatment. The bottom line here, guys, is you don't want to eat them. Clean up surfaces if they've been on them, and you can return them to the stores as well.
It signals a network where every carton is a possible weak link. Your routine grocery run becomes an operation where hidden hazards flank you from every shelf. Data collected confirmed these weak points. Among large national chains, Walmart registered the highest rate of cracked and moldy eggs documented during evaluations. That ranking shows more than just bad luck. It points to structural vulnerability, too many eggs in motion, not enough eyes policing systems meant to keep them safe. When pace overrides vigilance, risk multiplies. Now, you face the real tactical question. Labels won't shield you. Carton design can't show you a breach. Even unbroken shells can mask invisible growth if stored too warm. What happens when you can't rely on packaging or appearance as your guardrails? The collapse you just saw inside Walmart sets the stage. The challenge is knowing how to detect threats in a field where they no longer show themselves on the surface. Because once discipline fails, the cold chain is no longer a shield. It is a broken wall, and the enemy is already inside. Cold chain failure is not a small slip. It is a breach in the line. Food safety works like a forward defense. One weak link and the enemy pours through unchecked. Eggs left warm, cracked, or sweating with condensation signal that breach, silent but lethal. Your tactic must be vigilance. Scan displays as if they were contested ground. Feel for steady cold. Look for moisture inside cartons. Read expiration marks. Spot cracks before you commit. This community studies hidden risks, whether in supply lines or daily food. Subscribe and stand with those who refuse to overlook the silent battlefield.